Hello everyone, good day for all of you. Special greetings to all of you, all the attendees around the world. Myself is Abdurrahman Al-Qadi. I am the manager consulting for iVend retail products. And today we are going to go through the iVend mobile point of sale presentation. Please feel free at any point of time to ask questions. You can send the questions through the question part or through the chat box. And also you can raise your hand if you want to interact, so I can disable the mute and I'll unmute yourself. Okay. Today our agenda, we will go through the mobile point of sale. We will talk about the overview, installation and configuration and initialization of mobile point of sale. What are the required hardware, or what are the hardware that we can use. Then we will navigate on the key features of other mobile point of sale, and we will also perform some transaction. We will also see how we can suspend recall transaction in the mobile point of sale, and we will see also some dashboards that we can see in the mobile point of sale itself. And also, in case of offline mobile point of sale, we will see how we can synchronize the data back and receive any update from the database which the mobile point of sale is connected to. So if you can see my screen, this is the overview of mobile point of sale. Our iVend mobile point of sale is a fully featured mobile point of sale app that can run on iOS or Android platforms. And we can connect the mobile point of sale either to the iVend Enterprise or to iVend Store. So if you can see in this diagram on the right hand side, I have a mobile point of sale connected to the iVend Store, and in this case we can use the local area network through Wi-Fi connection. And if iVend mobile point of sale is connected to iVend Enterprise, so in this case I can use iVend APIs and the internet connection, 3G or 4G connection, or any internet connection to connect to iVend Enterprise. And also the mobile point of sale have the offline capabilities. If I was disconnected from the database that I'm connected to, so I can continue using iVend mobile point of sale in the offline mode. Also, iVend mobile point of sale have all the features and the core point for performing sales transaction and doing service to our customers. So let's start with the installation and configuration and initialization part. So first of all, we need to check that our APIs is installed, configured, and we have successfully do the health check. So let me go now to iVend configuration manager. In the iVend configuration manager, if I click on right click, I have iVend API. This iVend API should be up and running. So I have my API is connected to this server name or IP address. and this is the database, and then I have the SQL administrator username and password. So the API service should be updated successfully and should be running. Second thing is I need to confirm that iVend API health check is successfully done. So I'll go to administration, IT administration. Here we will have the API health check. If I click on the API health check, I can enter my IP address, which is my API server 192.168.3, and then I will click on check. This will help me to understand that my API is working successfully. It will take around 1 minute to check the API service and update me with the status. So IIS is installed, API is accessible, and iVend API test call is successfully done. Second thing we need to check, we need to configure the mobile point of sale on iVend management console. So I'll go to the point of sale. You can create a new point of sale. You can give it a name, code and description, and then select which store this mobile point of sale will be connected to. And here I need to choose the point of sale type to be mobile point of sale. Once the point of sale type is changed to mobile point of sale, iVend will generate automatic API token. And now I can select this data source type is connected to either store or enterprise. And also we need to define custom series for customers. So at any point of time, if we create customer from iVend mobile point of sale, this customer series will be taken. If I click on OK, the system will automatically ask me that I need to assign a number sequence for the transaction created from the mobile point of sale. So now the system automatically opened the document number series for me for the new mobile point of sale that I am creating. We can enter a prefix for my transaction, and then what will be the start number and the end number. And this number sequence will be valid during this period. Then I'll click on OK. So now the document number series is created, mobile point of sale created in my iVend management console. Now I'll go back to the mobile point of sale again, and here I have the edit option where I need to scan the configuration. So instead of entering the API token one by one in the mobile point of sale, I can scan it. So let me now open my mobile reflector. I'll go to mobile point of sale. Then I'll go to setup. And if you can see here, I have the option to scan. This is the camera. Once you click on this option, this will allow the camera to scan the barcode displayed on that screen. Once the scan is successfully done, the API token will be automatically copied to the configuration screen. Now, from a configuration perspective, if you can see, the first thing is the deployment. Where I am going to deploy this. So first thing, the deployment can be on premise or on cloud, connected to iVend on cloud. So either I am using mobile point of sale connected to iVend hosted on cloud or hosted on premises. Demo is the demo version. When you install the mobile point of sale the first time, it will be automatically configured on the demo option. Where we can install the mobile point of sale, you can search on the App Store or on iOS devices. So you can simply go to the App Store and click on search. Or in the Android device, you can go to the Google Play and search for iVend point of sale. So let me search for this. iVend POS. So this is iVend point of sale available on the App Store. The same will be available for the Android. Let's go back to the mobile point of sale itself. And we will continue with the setup and configuration. For initializing the mobile point of sale, initializing means I want to get my data from my database. So I have two options. Either initialize over air, means the data will sync from my database to my mobile point of sale database. Or the other option is to take a backup from the database itself, from the management console, and put it on the iTunes folder or the mobile point of sale folder on the Android devices. So if you can see here in administration, IT administration, we have a mobile database backup option. So I can select which mobile point of sale I need to generate a database for and click on connect. And start taking the backup. So if I click on the backup, the system will ask me where you want to save this backup. So it will copy the required data from iVend database, save it in my physical drive. Then I can copy, if I am copying this to iOS device, then I can copy to the iTunes application iVend mobile point of sale folder. and if it is to the Android device, so I'll copy this file to the iVend mobile folder on that Android device. Second option is the initialize over air, where the system will automatically start getting the data through iVend API to my mobile point of sale. So if you can see here, I have the initialize button that will copy the data from my database to the mobile point of sale. So the first thing, I'm choosing the deployment type, how I want the system to be initialized, either over an air or by backup the database from my management console. And here I have to enter my iVend server address, either it is in the store or enterprise according to my connection, and the API. This should be the iVend API server address, and the API token which I scan from the configuration. Also, if you can see here, we have a check server connectivity. So always before doing anything, make sure that check server connectivity is successfully. So this is the result, API health successfully completed. Means mobile point of sale can be connected to your store or iVend enterprise database and connected to the API. Second thing, if I what are the hardware and devices required, or what are the hardware which is compatible with iVend mobile point of sale. So if you can see here, we have this list. So I have the compatible devices with iOS, iPhone 4S, iPhone 5S, iPhone 6S, 6 Plus, 7 and 7 Plus, iPad 2 and above, iPad mini, iPad Air, also iPod Touch 5th generation and above. Whenever Apple release a new device, our testing team will test the new device, and in the release note, we will update what are the supported devices. Also for the Android device, it is any Android tablet, 7 or 8 or 10 inch, and also Android phones 4 and above inches. Also, if I go back to my mobile point of sale, here we have a help file. So if you can see in the main screen, I have the help file. If I click on it, this will be loading from the internet. And I have this option, device compatibility and supported hardware. You can click and see what are the supported iOS versions, compatible iOS devices, supported hardware like Wi-Fi printer, Bluetooth printer, payment processor, card reader, scanner for barcode scanning. Also the card reader. So if you want to like read the MSR cards, magnetic cards, and the same for the Android devices. Now let's go back to mobile point of sale and let's navigate the configuration panels and menus. So first option is the server setting, which we talk about, and we see to initialize our mobile point of sale or import the database from the iOS folder for the mobile point of sale or the Android folder of the Android. Then we have here the configuration menu. First option is the fast scanning mode. When I scan an item or a product, I have two options. Either this product will be added directly to the transaction screen, or I need to modify the product information, like I need to change maybe the quantity directly from the product edit menu. Here, if you can see here, we have some devices. If I'm using, for example, this hardware, so I can enable this hardware. And if you need to know more information about this hardware, you can go to the help file and see what is exactly this device. The same as the Linear Pro. If my device is working with the Linear Pro MSR or scanner. Fourth option is Touch ID configuration. If I want to configure my mobile point of sale to work with the finger scanner option. And of course, in this case, your mobile device must support the finger scan. So now my finger scan is attached to this user 1, and my password is given. And if you can see, the mobile point of sale asks me to scan your finger to save the configuration. These are the remaining hardware, like socket mobile scanner. If you are using this device, so you must enable this from here. Then we have the magnetic strip reader and the payment gateways or payment processor. So if you are using this type of hardware for scanning cards, you need to enable this option. And we have here two options. One is for the Bluetooth, where the device is connected to through the Bluetooth of the mobile or attached to the mobile itself. And here also we have this payment processor. So if it is used, then you can enable it and enter the required configuration according to payment processor you are using. Then here we have the Wi-Fi printer or Bluetooth printer. So if the mobile point of sale is connected to any air printer, you need to enable this option from here. Air printer is enabled. and then select either Wi-Fi printer or Bluetooth printer. If it is Wi-Fi printer, give the IP address of the Wi-Fi printer. And if this printer is connected to cache drawer, you can mark this option as on. So the cache drawer will open after the receipt is printed. Other option is the Bluetooth printer. Also, you can configure the system to connect to Bluetooth. So if you have a Bluetooth printer, the system will start searching for the Bluetooth printer. Once the system finds it, you can click on OK to save this. Here also we have the MPOP option. MPOP is a device which is sold by a company called Star. Actually, it's a small device which have scanner, cache drawer, and printer. So these are the three devices attached in one device. You can simply connect through the MPOP if you want. And save the configuration. Also here, mobile point of sale support multiple languages. So you can select which language you want to operate your mobile point of sale with. Also you can select what will be the currency symbol that will be printed on the receipt. So it can be, for example, USD, AED. So according to the region and the country currency, you can save this. Also here we have the configuration, how we can, what will be the default mode for adding a product. It can be a scan. Scan means that I need to scan the product. It can be a selection from a product list. It can be a button panel. Of course, this will be only the default, but during the transaction, I can select any of these. In case my receipt is customized, so I need to enable this option. Then last thing in the configuration is the email configuration. What will be the subject? If you are sending the transaction receipt to your customer via email, so in the subject, I'll put the subject of the email, how it will be, and then the body message. Then you can save this. Please feel free, you can ask a question, you can send the questions to the question part or the chat box, or you can raise your hand. So I can enable the audio for you. Now my configuration is completed, and we need to start the navigation for the mobile point of sale. So let's open the mobile point of sale screen. I'm going to log in using I'll scan my finger. If other user want to log in, so in this case he can enter his username and password. This is my main mobile point of sale screen. Here I can click to add a product. This is the default cash customer. I can change the customer as well. And if you can see here, this is showing that my mobile point of sale currently connected online, and it can be offline if this color is red. Offline, it will be red. And here the transaction type is sale. This is my point of sale code. This is my business date. This is the username who is logged on the mobile point of sale. So I'll click on add product. Now this is the default mode, or the default adding product mode. Now it's to select from a panel or a buttons. So I can start selecting any product, and also I can switch to other products as well. And if you can see here down, I can change the adding mode. So I can scan using a scanner or using mobile camera itself. I can select from a list, or even I can select from a catalog. If I click back, now I have, this is my transaction screen. If I click on this arrow, I can navigate the item edit. So here you can see, for example, this is the description of the product. I can increase the quantity from here as well. This is the price, tax code, manual discount, if there is any manual discount, surcharges. Once you are okay, you can click on save. And then we have also the customer edit option here. So let's say, for example, I can change the customer name. If there is any special discount for this customer, I can edit the customer email address. If there is any mandatory field, this is a user-defined field, it needs to be selected. Also, I have the sales edit. So this is editing the transaction on the transaction level. For example, if you have a coupon, you want to scan the coupon, so you can simply click on the camera and the system will allow the scanner to, so you can scan your coupon. Of course, also if the customer is loyalty member, I can scan his loyalty ID. Also, we have the suspend and void option, and I'll talk about this later. Now let's click on the total and see what will happen. So if you can see, this is this arrow, I'll click on this arrow. Now the system is validating the transaction. If there is any promotion is applicable, the system will add it. I'll click on OK. Now my transaction, this is the payable amount. I need to pay 62 currency unit. I can click on quick complete to complete this payment with cash, or I can select add tender and I can select any of my tender accounts. Gift certificate types and loyalty, will be only available if you are online. If your point of sale is working offline, you will not be able to pay with loyalty card, you will not be able to pay with gift card. So let's say I'm going to pay this with cash. I'll click on save. Now my cash payment is added to the transaction, and now I can click on complete. Now my transaction is completed. If there is any change, it will come here. For example, if the customer pay $100 instead of 62, so he should get a change around $38. Now I can click on print to print if I have Wi-Fi printer or Bluetooth printer, or I can email the receipt. So I can ask the customer about his email address. Let's see this one. And it is in the PDF format, and click on send. Now let's go for the new transaction. If you can see here, I have multiple type of transaction like sale, refund, special order cancellation, special order, gift certificate, coupon, fulfillment, quotations, loyalty, preview transaction, dashboard, and here also we have the logout button. The end of day option will be only available if you have only one point of sale at the store. If you have multiple point of sale at the store, end of day option cannot be allowed. Okay, let's say if I want to change the transaction, the customer now, the customer, I'll click on back option, and now I can select the customer. I can search the customer by code, by name, by phone number. So let's say we will select this customer. Now the customer is changed, and if you can see now, this special order is now enabled. So I can create a special order for this customer. Click on a special order, add product, and I am going to select this time from the list of products. I am going to search. This is my product. I'll click on OK. If you can see, whenever I'm clicking, the quantity is increasing. Then I click on back. Now I have 5 quantity from this product. Let's go back to the list. Now I can also filter from here, if you can see. Let's filter, for example, on the book group. And selecting some more books. Now I am going to click on total. As this is a sales order or special order, the system will ask me if you want to collect advance payment. So I'm clicking on yes. Then the system will ask me what is the amount you want to collect. So let's say I'll take $20 in advance, and the remaining will be paid later. Now I click OK, and the system validate transaction and check the promotion if there is any promotion available, and I'll complete this using the quick cash complete. Now payment completed. I can email the receipt or print it. Now let's do one refund transaction. So I select the refund option, and then I can scan the product or select the product from the list. So if you can see now, this is my amount that I need to refund, and I can choose which payment type. Even the store credit option is available, so you can also refund in a store credit. Complete. Now my payment is completed. I can go back. For example, we created now a special order. If I want to cancel the special order, I can go to special order cancellation, and if I swipe from right to left, so you can swipe like this, and you will have the option to cancel. I can click on cancel. Are you sure you want to cancel a special order transaction? I click on OK, and this will be cancelled. Of course, also you can issue gift certificate from mobile point of sale. So let's store gift card. I'm going to issue this one with $100, and I'm clicking on back, and I'm going to pay this with a quick complete. Okay, I have one question here about gift certificate. Can we redeem the gift certificate using mobile point of sale? Yes, of course, we can redeem the mobile point of sale. So let's go to the any transaction again. Let's do one transaction more. I select this product. Now I'll go to the total, add tender, and now I can use my gift card. So I can scan directly the gift card that I have, or I can enter the gift card number. So any of those options, and then click on save. Once you save this, it will be paid using the gift card. Also, we can also issue and redeem coupons from the mobile point of sale. So if I went to coupon issue, add coupon, I'll select which coupon I want to issue and click on total. Of course, layaway or lay-by for the installment. It is also available option in the mobile point of sale. So we can select the customer or create a new customer. So I can create a new customer or search existing customer. And now I have the layaway option available. I need to select what product I need to sell or on the layaway concept. If the product is a serial or batch number, then I need to select the serial or batch number for this product. And according to the layaway option or configuration which is configured in my system, the system will automatically assign layaway program which is using for this transaction. Also, as a void option, so I can, if I at any point of time I can void the transaction. Are you sure you want to void the current transaction? I click on OK, and now my transaction is voided successfully. Also, we can create quotations from mobile point of sale. Let's select from maybe the catalog this time. So I want to get quotation for these 3 items, and I want to email this quotation to my customer. So I can enter his email ID to send him this quotation. Let's see what emails now. I sent multiple emails. Where I have here, this is iVend receipt. So this is how the email is received on a PDF format. And if I click on the PDF file, it will open like this, and you can see the information about the transaction. Okay. Also, mobile point of sale can use for the fulfillment. So if you have any packages you need to deliver to your end customer, you can go and select the package and add it to the mobile point of sale to use it for the delivery purpose. How this works, you need to create the package in the mobile point in the management console. Business transaction, here we have the delivery package option. So any sales order which is not yet fulfilled, or sales transaction which is not yet fulfilled, you can assign a mobile point of sale and create a package. Select a package and click on OK, or you can review the package status from here. So here I have 2 packages created, and I can click on OK. Now I need to sync this back to my mobile point of sale, so I'll go to administration, IT administration, replication monitor. So if you can see, this is pending for replication. How can I replicate this? I'll go to mobile point of sale and log out, and I'll go to setup option, and then I'll go to synchronize and click on synchronize. This will update my mobile point of sale database. If I click here refresh, means the data is cleared and replicated successfully. Now I log in back to my mobile point of sale. I'll go back to the main screen, and here I'll find the packages available now. So this is the mobile point of sale, transaction ID, the customer name, customer code, of course customer information. You can view the customer information here. also you can go to the fulfillment list and you can mark it for delivery. Select the package and click add package, and you can complete the delivery using this option. And also you can take the signature. Let's see the suspend and recall option in the mobile point of sale. We have multiple or two things in the suspend option. I can suspend and recall in the mobile point of sale or the point of sale itself, terminal point of sale. So let's add a product. Okay, I'll open the reflector. Okay, so I have these three products, and now I can suspend. I click on the suspend option. The system will confirm by asking, do you want to confirm or suspend the transaction? I click on OK. Now my transaction is suspended. If I want to preview the transaction, I can go to the preview transaction section, and here I can see all my transactions. Click on recall. Now my transaction is available in the mobile point of sale screen. I can complete it. Let's suspend one more transaction. Let's complete this one. And let's add one more transaction here. A product. I'm going to select these products. And I'll click on suspend again. Now let's go to the terminal point of sale. This is my terminal point of sale. If I want to search the transaction created from the mobile point of sale, I can go to transaction search. And if you can see here, this is transaction which is coming from the mobile point of sale, which is start with the initials of the mobile point of sale number series. And also you can filter by the post ID if you wish. Also I can recall the transaction from here. So if you can see, this is the transaction which I suspend in the mobile point of sale. I can click and it will be added directly on my screen. And I can complete this transaction from here. Let's pay this. There is a promotion applied. And now my transaction is completed. Okay. Let's go back to the mobile point of sale and see what are the dashboards that we can see in the data. Okay, one question I have here that if the transaction is suspended in terminal point of sale, can I recall in mobile point of sale? No, this direction is not there. You can suspend for mobile point of sale and recall in terminal point of sale. But not the opposite. Okay, thank you. So I'll go to the dashboard option. Here, if you can see, I have multiple dashboards available in the mobile point of sale, like transaction value. So you can see here, this is the sales amount versus refund amount versus quotation versus order versus gift certificate. You can email this as a PDF or you can print it from the mobile point of sale directly. Transaction count. So this is by number of transaction. AR payment, coupons, exchange, fulfillment, gift certificate, lay-by, order, quotation. Also you can have the filter. If you, for example, if you want to filter from date to date, filter for a customer to customer. So you can use any of these filters which is available in the mobile point of sale. This is also tender collection dashboard. So if you can see, I have currently only cash tender type is used. If I have multiple tenders, so I can know what is the amount of from each tender type I'm getting. Also we have the transaction details. We have so many transactions, so it will show you. And you can filter as well. Here, for example, you can filter on quotations. You can filter by transaction number. This is the customer code, customer name, business date, discount amount, tax, and total amount. And this is the tender details. This is, I think, also one of the important dashboards. So you can see what are the tendering that you are using and what are the amounts. Also we have the X-Tape report to review the transaction. So this is which store, which mobile point of sale, which business date, which user ID, what is the tender types like cash, credit card, gift card, and what is the total. If there is any foreign currency collection, and the transaction count, how many, 4 sales transaction, 1 gift card, 1 coupon issue, 1 quotation, 1 order, and also the amount, transaction amount, tax breakup if exists. Also, if I have a credit card or gift card or loyalty, I can see the details. Last topic in our today's session is the offline synchronization. So in case your point of sale becomes offline, what will happen? Sorry. So I'm opening my mobile point of sale now. Here we have the synchronize option in the setup. Sync settings. In the sync setting is, as you can see here, I can have the option auto sync. And if auto sync is available, then at what time I want the sync to run. Is it fixed time, for example, every 1 minute, every 5 minutes, every 10, every hour, every 24 hour? Or I can make it on a fixed time at any, for example, 7 a.m. And also here we have this silent sync. Of course, if this one silent sync means it will sync automatically without giving you notification. If silent sync is off, means it will pop up a message that synchronization is required. Also, periodically I can purge or clear my mobile point of sale transaction data. Periodically, so I can, for example, say each 10, 90 days, 7 days, 15 days. So you can select at each what is the periodic or the period that you need to remove the data, transaction data from the mobile point of sale. Also, we have the option to sync record limit. So I can say, for example, on each batch, sync 1000 by 1000. It depends, of course, about the connectivity and the stability of the connection of the mobile point of sale. Then if I click on the synchronize option, and I am in the offline mode, so here the system will start counting the number of customers which need to be synced, number of transactions need to be synced. So it can be, for example, 5 transactions, 10 customers. What was the last sync time? And then you can click on synchronize. Of course, once the point of sale is having the proper connection, the synchronize will be successfully synced. This was the mobile point of sale topic for today. Thank you for joining this session today. Please let me know if you have any question. I'll be available on the session for 5 to 10 minutes. And also you can ask us on our forum, Knowledge Portal forum. And you can send us direct email as well if needed, if you have any question. And I am available for any question on the session now. If there is no any question, then we can close the session.